Hi guys, welcome to Tale-Teller Club and Tale-Teller Kids actually. This is the under 13s class. But of course if you're grown up you're welcome here as well. Now the Tale-Teller Kids pops up at least 3 lessons a day. So it's worth following us on the podcast and then you can get updates if you've got the app. We're on iTunes and Spotify and all over the place. So I'm sort of doing 3 a day of our studies for violoncello, or cello for short, and piano, and this is a cello class. So, and what we're doing is we're going through all of the scales, very important. Now I'm just going to talk briefly, well I never talk briefly do I? I'm probably going to go on a bit. But do you know what? If you do your scales and your arpeggios, it's a bit like cheating. Because you'll suddenly become really, really good at playing anything just because you practiced your scales and your arpeggios. It does this weird thing to you. It enables you to play really clearly and really in tune without trying. So what I recommend you do each day, yesterday we did G, D and A, the G major, D major and the A minor natural from the grade 1 abrsm scales book. And what I recommend you do every day, every morning, or whenever it is that you do your practice, you just play them through once. That's all you have to do. And you know what, you'll find eventually that you're so incredibly quick at it that you actually don't have to put time aside even, but you just do it, you know, and you can probably get all of your scales that you're working on at any one time done in under a minute. And how amazing is that? To be really good at something in under a minute. I mean, it's unheard of, isn't it? You know, they do say that to be good at anything takes 10 years. Well, to be good at scales and arpeggios, it just takes a couple of days. Certainly to be good at playing cello, you know, really well, you will spend a bit longer than a few minutes on it. But we're talking about little bite-sized pieces, little classes, you know, little things that are going to improve your skills. So today we're going to look at C major, and I'm going to pop up 3 different versions of the C major scale. So we're going to do a string section one, a guitar one, and then a drum one, okay, because I really like the percussion. And this just gets you in it enables you to play with other people, which is quite important. You know, we've been through this very difficult lockdown where we haven't been seeing people and playing with our chums. And actually, that's, you know, it's quite bad for us to not play with other people. We get a bit locked into bad habits. And a good musician is a good musician wherever they go and whoever they perform with, okay? So, who shall we have today? Which robot shall I ask? Clive. Clive, would you consider playing us some C major on your acoustic guitar? Oh, how superb. So I'll call out the notes. We've got a C. I'm going to call out the notes and the fingering. And then I want you to play by heart, and we're going to play each note twice. But first of all, let's just do the open C. Use your whole bow from the frog to the tip. And keep it there, and put your first finger down, and play me this rather glorious D, beg your pardon, D. And now the E with your third. All the way down to the tip. And now your fourth finger. The F, and now we're going to swap strings, and we're going to play an open G, all the way to the tip, keeping that bow nice and steady, right to the tip, right to the end. This is really good control. Put one finger down, we've got an A, 3 fingers down, for that rather glorious B, right to the tip, hear? Did you hear it? I hit the wood. And 4 fingers down for the C. Now that's 1 octave. Right to the frog. Keep those fingers down. Now you're going to cross strings and you're going to cross the whole hand over, ready to play this next section of notes. So we want an open D. First finger down. Now we're going to put 2 fingers down this time, not 3, because we're on an F natural. Right to the end. Keep it there. 4 fingers down. So we've missed out the 3rd. On the perfect 5th, that's our G. That's why it sounds so lovely, because it's a 5th. And a string swap on this A. Now, you may want to flatten your bow more to get a good sound. It's up to you. Put your first finger down for the B. Is your arm fully extended? Is your elbow nice and it's flat, darling, it's flat. And now, 2 fingers down, and we're finishing on the keynote. Make sure it's in tune. Whoa, glorious. So the finger pattern is 1, open 1, 3, 4, open 1, 3, 4, open 1, 2, 4, open 1, 2, 4. Okay, for people who like to get the finger pattern right. So that's your C major in 2 octaves. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to do it again, but I want you to play each note twice. And the reason I'm asking you to do this is because if you're a bit wrong, you can readjust. I'll try and be a bit wrong so I can explain. So you can't be wrong on an open as long as you're tuned. Now we're not going to use whole bows this time. We're going to use about a 3rd. So about a 3rd of the way up, and then about a 3rd to play, and then back down again. Okay. Now put your first finger down. Now look, I'm going to be a bit out. Oh, you can hear. So adjust. Okay, so make sure that your ear is your friend, okay? So we're going to do that for each note. So let's start again. It's open Cs. First finger down. 3rd finger down. 4th finger down. Open, open. First finger down. 3rd. 4th. Open string, move everything across. Now careful, 2nd finger. 4th. String swap. First down. And 2nd. And let's come back down. So that's our 2 octaves with Clive on guitar. So I'm going to let that run for a little bit so that you can play it through on your own without my assistance. go, so hopefully that was sufficient. I'm going to do a strings version now, and I'll explain it all again, so don't worry if that was a little bit difficult for you. Really, don't worry at all, because these things take a while to sink in. And if you can only do 3 notes, just do 3 notes. You don't have to do all of those notes. It's an awful lot of notes, aren't there? You can start with very, very tiny inroads. You can start with 1 note if you wanted. You could actually play just C's. Okay, or you could just do I'm doing C's, you see. There's all sorts of things you can do with these backing tracks, so have some fun with it. I'm going to be doing the more advanced scales for our older class at the Performing Arts Free School. So if this is a bit simple for you, do pop along there. We're on iTunes, Spotify, pop us a like or a follow, whatever it is you do. And I'll be back in a minute.